So a lot of people ask why I became a chiropractor. And I explained to them that even though I've been getting adjusted since I was 2, I never understood the true power of chiropractic until I started working at an office when I was 18. Now I started working at this office and I saw miracle after miracle after miracle. And one of those miracles, his name was Alan. Now Alan was a 45-year-old man. He came into the office, he had severe heart problems, diabetes, and was on over 20 meds. Now he got under care, and 3 months later, he came to me and the doctor and said, "Guys, I just got back from a medical doctor. All my diabetes markers have dropped dramatically. That heart problem I had is gone, and I'm down from 20 meds to 2. Thank you so much." Now when I heard this, I realized that this is what I had to do. I had to become a chiropractor because I had to tell everybody the chiropractic story. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, wait, hold up. Heart problems? Diabetes? How can chiropractic help with that? Well, my goal for you today is to understand how chiropractic can help with that. And understand how Alan is just one example of the infinite potential that's within each and every one of you. Now, as I'm going through my talk, I want you to pay attention to 3 phrases. Those phrases being innate intelligence, nervous system, and subluxation. All right, so in order for you to understand what happened with Alan, you have to understand the philosophy behind chiropractic. And that philosophy states that there's a universal intelligence. And that universal intelligence, quite simply, puts everything where it's supposed to be. It's the reason that the Earth is exactly 93 million miles away from the Sun, revolving at 67,000 miles per hour and rotating at 1,038 miles per hour, all so that we can be living and breathing here on this Earth. And a little piece of that intelligence is within each and every one of us. And chiropractors call that innate intelligence. And now your innate intelligence controls and coordinates every single cell, tissue, organ in your body. And it's the same intelligence that took a sperm and an egg and turned it into 7 trillion cells in 9 months when your mom's having a baby. Now that same power that made your body also heals your body. And it doesn't happen any other way. And the best example we have of that is when you cut your finger. Who here has ever cut their finger? Great. And it's great to see that none of you bled to death from that cut, right? That's because as soon as you cut your finger, you have a complex biochemical reaction. You have platelets being formed, a clot forming, and then a scab forms right on top of that. And in a little bit, you're left with a healed wound. And you didn't have to think about it, because it was automatic. And at the same time that was happening, your innate intelligence was also telling your heart to beat, your lungs to breathe, your kidneys to filter your blood, all without you ever having to think about it, all so that you can live at your optimal potential. And now the next logical question is, now that we know that we have this innate intelligence, how does it get transported throughout the body? Well, there's one organ system that controls and coordinates every single cell, tissue, organ in your body, and that's your nervous system. And now your nervous system consists of your brain, your spinal cord, and the nerves that go out to every cell, tissue, organ in your body. And the reason that we know that your nervous system is how your innate intelligence gets transported throughout the body is because when your nervous system dies, you die. In order to be clinically considered dead, your nervous system has to die. And you know, that is a great thing that your nervous system, your central nervous system, is the only organ system that's protected fully by bone. Your brain is protected by your skull, and your spinal cord is protected by 24 movable bones called your spine. And in between each of these bones, the nerves exit goes to, say, your heart, your lungs, your kidney, your immune system. Now, since we know that if your brain dies, you die, what if we were to take this nerve here that's going to your heart and cut it? What do you think is going to happen to your heart? Exactly, it's going to die. But what if instead of cutting that nerve, we move this bone ever so slightly, interfering with the flow of that innate intelligence to your heart? What do you think is going to happen to your heart? Do you think it's going to work properly? Exactly. And that's what chiropractors call subluxation. A bone out of alignment interfering with the communication from your brain to your body and your body back up to your brain. And what causes those subluxations? Well, it's something that I'm sure every one of you have. It's called stress. And now there's 3 kinds of stress, being your physical stress, which includes all of your trauma, so car wrecks, sitting with bad posture all day, getting hit in football. The second one being your chemical stress. And that chemical stress can be the food that you eat, the air that you breathe. I mean, going to McDonald's every night is probably not a good idea. And then the last one being your emotional stress. And that emotional stress can be your finances, your relationships, studying for that big test. And what happens when you get so much stress and your body can't handle it, you get that subluxation. And when your body is subluxated, you're put into a state of dis-ease. And that state of dis-ease is the worst place you can be at, because there are no symptoms. There are no symptoms, but you have disease cells building up and building up and building up, until eventually you get that symptom. And that symptom can be decreased reflexes, can be problems concentrating, can be your headaches, heart problems, diabetes. But you know, we've been trained as a society to just treat that symptom, to just cover it up. We've been trained that headaches come from a lack of ibuprofen, and that ADHD comes from a lack of Ritalin. But you know, when you just cover up that symptom, you're still left with the subluxation, and your body is still in a state of dis-ease. And eventually, that symptom's going to come back, or another symptom's going to come, or another symptom's going to come. And now this is where chiropractic steps in. Chiropractors are the only profession trained to locate and detect vertebral subluxation. And when we find that subluxation, we administer an adjustment, which is a light, specific force, but at the right place and at the right time. And over time, we remove that subluxation. And when we remove that subluxation, the symptoms will just go away by themselves, because that state of dis-ease is changed to a state of ease. And that state of ease leads to health. And that's what chiropractic truly is. And that's what happened with Alan. The chiropractor found Alan's subluxations, and he adjusted them, removing the interference from his nervous system, allowing his innate intelligence to communicate freely throughout his body. And the power that made Alan also healed Alan. And now the part of the story I left out was at the end of the conversation, Alan said, "Guys, thank you so much for saving my life. I wasn't able to be the father that I needed to be to my kids, and I wasn't able to be the husband I needed to be to my wife. Thank you for changing my whole family's life." And now, can I guarantee you that all of your symptoms will go away under chiropractic care? The short answer is no. But what I can guarantee you is that your life will be infinitely better under chiropractic care. That living a life free from subluxation is so much better than living your life subluxated. So I invite each and every one of you to come in and get your family checked for subluxation and see how chiropractic can change your life. Thank you.